What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Smitty here, and in this video, my part 2 gameplay, what I'm expecting to see as far as gameplay is concerned with NBA Live 18. Now this one, I'm putting more emphasis on the post-up game and just when it comes to traffic in the post. Because one of the big problems with Live is that there's not a lot of variety, there's not a lot of personality when it comes to what you see go on in the post game. And also when it comes to guys driving to the rack, they can get to the rack extremely easy, pushing defenders out of the way. It's as if they're force fielded out of the way, or they'll do a block animation where they're jumping out of the out of the path accordingly. So I've shown you guys that first clip there, because as you guys see, that the hook moves, the hook, which of course we all know is completely undefendable, can't block it at all whatsoever. They definitely need to do something about that. You should be able to stop it, but then on top of that, we need a lot of variety, a lot more variety in terms of the type of hook shot that you put up. So that's one thing. Secondly, in this example right here, talking about the fluidity in terms of the transition from Gasol receiving that pass over the shoulder to going up for the dunk. But here, as I showed Drummond, as I shown in my previous video, when it comes to blocking shots and dunks, Drummond should have beat that all day. That should have easily been a block for him. So I want to see guys jostle more in the post. I don't want it to be a stagnant, either the center is going to be in front or he's going to be behind. The potential recipient of the pass is going to either be behind the defender or he's going to be in front of him, and that's it. I want to see these guys fight for the position. But then, as you guys see here, in this next example I have with Zach Randolph, this is what I'm talking about. While this is a nice move, the problem is, once again, everybody has the exact same move. You know what I'm saying? There is no real post move variation. Now, if you create a player or anything like that, if you play Rising Star or taking your player to the summer circuit or what have you, you have a variety of jump shot types, and you have a variety of gathers and dribbles, and you also have varieties of dribble speeds. So you have some elements in there that give some diversity, but the problem is there isn't nearly enough. Like, we need to see triple threats. We need to see varieties of triple threats and post moves and different shot types coming out the post, because Drummond does the same thing, Mark does the exact same shot. Zach Randolph, as you see here, I could take Markieff Morris. Like, there's nobody in this screen you see here that would have a different post-up move if they were to make that similar move. They all can do the same thing. We need a lot more variance there. And even with that, still, he didn't even, the way he contested the shot was poor. It was extremely poor. And see, this goes to show my point right here, as far as getting to the rack like that. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies, Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol are not slouches in terms of at least being a defensive presence. I'm not saying they're defensive players of the year or what have you, but at the same time, well, I would say Marc Gasol potentially, yes. He's got that defensive presence. And he should be able to, he should have been able to stonewall Reggie Jackson between the two of them. The other part I didn't like there was how they took Mike Conley. I was controlling Conley. I want to see a lot more swipes at the ball logically instead of those full committed leaps, that take you completely out of the play. But as you see here, Gasol, you see him rotate over accordingly, but he doesn't fully rotate. It's like he just stops there, and he's able to just easily just get in between both of those guys with relative ease. He didn't do any special move. He didn't do anything special to create that space. It's like he went in as if no one was there and went in for the layup. As if no one was there, and then took that circus shot layup there. See what I'm saying? I want to see it where the shots are prevented. Players take that contact. You go up against a big guy like a Shaq, or, playing Ultimate Team, or just playing like a smaller guard against a bigger player. I want to see it be a lot more difficult. A lot more of a challenge to get that shot up. And sometimes you won't even get it. And a lot more of an assertive effort in terms of playing defense on the ball. So now I'm showing you guys NBA 2K17. Alright? Now, the thing that I want you guys to notice here is look at the different triple threat moves here. Okay, you see one there with Green. Okay, you see Green do his move, right? He's a bit more agile. You see him do his move, right, in terms of the triple threat. You see Marc Gasol, he is a much stiffer player, not nearly as athletic. And you see the triple threat he does. And then you see what I do here with Chandler Parsons. 3 different triple threat moves, and there's a lot more variety, but that's the kind of thing we need to see. You got different player types, different types of animations when it comes to post play, but even things as subtle as the triple threat. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to pose any threat in terms of making a move, Marc Gasol. In comparison, if you got Parsons, he may actually make that move. Like, no one's really going to bite off of Gasol versus the other 2 guys. You see what I mean? But you have that level of variety there. And that's something that we don't have. Everybody in live basically does the same triple threat. See what I mean? So, you know, that's why the biggest problem that we've had in live is the lack of animation variance to truly tell one player from another, whether it's signature player or the variety and variance in terms of the moves they perform. So now, in this next example, what I'm showcasing here is difficulty in terms of getting to the rack. Now you see Marc Gasol stands there. Now, even though it was a 2-man sequence, that played out here, but the point of the matter is Gasol's presence is there. His presence is felt there on that play. In live, even though he rotated over, it was as if, you know, Jackson went up like as if he wasn't even there. And this was similar in the instance, like he just went right in, he goes straight up. You know, Jackson goes, I have him go straight up, and you see how he has to kind of work it to try and get his shot. And even the way he worked it, he ended up missing it here because it felt a lot more contested. In live, it's like the shots are contested, but the physicality isn't really shown. Like, you don't see the hand come over the ball as much or as often as it should, and see that, you know, to showcase that this shot is potentially going to be blocked. We need to, you know, I gotta adjust. The shot's gonna be a lot more difficult, and their body is not moved out of the way. They don't get motion shifted out of the way like we see happening live. Now here, once again, this is showcasing the defender rotating over. You're seeing the awareness and you're seeing the presence be felt here. Andre Drummond sees it, makes the rotation over as Jackson gets beat off the dribble. Conley's going up for the layup there. And like I showed you guys in my last video, I showed you plays where guy goes up for the layup, defender's in position to potentially stop it, but then he'll jump as if he, you know, couldn't make the play, or he had no way of directly impacting it, or he jumps in a manner that takes him physically out of the play. You see Drummond jump toward it and make the block accordingly. That's the kind of stuff that we need to see happening in live. We need to see players actually make that aggressive and assertive attempt to make the play on the ball according to the situation. Okay, now see here, you got Drummond, he's an athletic big, and you see the moves, and this is what I'm talking about, the post move variety here. Look at all the stuff that I can do. I can, you know, he doesn't have to necessarily be attached in terms of being able to perform his post moves, to do his shoulder shimmies, to fake if he's gonna go left or right. I'm able to push, you know what I'm saying? And then you see me go for the hook shot there, and it's not the same traditional hook that everybody has. He faces him, throws up the little baby hook. Gasol, even though his hand went through the backboard there, not really cool with that. But that's besides the point. He's able to make the play there, but they're both independently playing. Independently defends. You know, he takes the shoulder bump from Drummond, and then he stands up, faces him, he goes up for the hook, contests it accordingly, and knocks it out. This is the kind of stuff I want to see, guys. So let me know your thoughts, what you guys think about this aspect, or these aspects of the game. Definitely looking forward as we wind down and get to EA Play. Looking forward to see what they do at Live 18, y'all. So till next time, this is Smitty. I'm out. Now holla at y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.